What does it mean to give every dollar a purpose? To give every dollar a purpose means you're setting aside a certain dollar amount every time you get paid for your expenses that you have. In this example, we have John and Jane. John gets paid weekly. His net income is $1,000 a week. Jane gets paid bi-weekly, and her net income is $300 bi-weekly. Over here, it displays the totals. So the total monthly income between John and Jane is $4,600. Now what John and Jane have to do is allocate that $4,600 into different categories. So every time John gets paid, a certain amount will be set aside, and every time Jane gets paid, a certain amount will be set aside. You don't have to tally up the amounts or percentages. We can do that for you. That's where the My Budget section comes in. The My Budget section gives you the ability to assign every dollar a purpose. Here we have John and Jane's rent. Their rent is $1,000 and they pay it monthly. So the totals also break it down for you what that is weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, monthly, and yearly. Now it might be interesting to see what you spend on rent yearly, but it's more interesting to see in your other categories how you can control your spending. A good example of this is if you wanted to set a budget for how much you wanted to spend on going out to eat. In this example, if we unlock the eating out column, we can change it from monthly, and let's say we want to set a daily budget. So the maximum I want to spend a day on going out to eat, let's say $8. We can lock that category and it'll automatically tabulate the weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, and monthly totals and yearly. So this way you can control your spending by setting a daily budget or a monthly budget or a weekly budget or even a yearly budget. This gives you complete control over where your money goes. So right now, if you're wondering where your money is going, instead of wondering where your money is or where it's going, you can control where it goes just by setting a budget. You'll see down here at the totals, right now, our budget is out of line. So my spendable remainder per month is negative $190. What that means is that I'm spending $190 more a month than I have an income, which is not a balanced budget. So that means I have to find other ways to finance that $190, whether it be a credit card or overdraft protection. Either way, any of those ways is very expensive. So all we would need to do is change around our budget a little bit to make sure that my budget's balanced. First, I would recommend starting with the categories that you have some wiggle room with. For example, maybe lowering your grocery budget or lowering your out-to-eat budget or your snacks. Either way, I would recommend starting with the categories that are more flexible. For example, your rent is probably not that flexible. Your heating and electricity, again, probably not that flexible. But your grocery budget, that's a little bit more flexible. Your snack budget, more flexible. The whole idea is when you're done with your budget, you have a 100% balanced budget. So on the flip side, if when you're done allocating your amounts, if you have an extra amount, well then there you've just identified a way that you can start saving money. So if you hadn't already opened a savings category, then create a savings category and put the difference into the savings, and you'll be able to save that amount every month. Once you've created a balanced budget, you never have to come to the budget screen again. From now on, all you have to do is text in the word budget, followed by the dollar amount, and if applicable, the nickname or name of the income, and we'll take that amount, we'll put it into your separate budget categories, then the money is there in your separate categories, waiting for you to either spend it or save it. And when you do spend it, just remember to send a text message to your mytextregister.com account with the dollar amount and the category that you want to take it out of. Now your account will stay perfectly balanced, every dollar will have a purpose, and your finances will be in order. I hope this tutorial has helped, and thank you for using mytextregister.com.